We're going to give it 1 minute. I have two devices, so I'm casting on here and I'm casting on the Facebook and YouTube channels. And so this is my first time using two devices, so I'll try to look back and forth. But welcome. Thank you for being here today. If you don't know, we are going to try to find our word for the year this morning or evening, afternoon. I'm really excited. So every year I pick a word for the year. And I think the most important part about picking your word for the year is that you do it with clarity and that it's aligned to you. Hi, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me because the phone is kind of far. Let me know if you can hear me. But welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, Okay. All right. So like I was saying, we're going to find the word for the year. So we're going to give it a couple minutes for people to join us. This is something that's super important because it sets the mood for the year. And so last year for me, the word was flow. The year before that, it was expand. And so each year I've picked a word and I've definitely felt like that really does set the mood for me. And I think it's so important to do it in a way where you're clear about what you want and it's aligned with you and your true goals and desires. So today we're going to do a couple of clarity exercises to help you gain clarity, because I'm not going to tell you your word. You're going to find your word. It's going to come to you. And this is something that I do whenever I need clarity, whether it's for my vision board, whether it's for a challenge that I'm going through. It's really important to look within and to find, what it is that you need to align yourself with. And so grab your drink. While we wait, I'm going to grab my drink. Grab your drink, coffee, a tea, water, whatever it is you need. Grab a pen, grab your journal, because we're going to be journaling too. And we'll see you in a sec. And let me know if you're super excited. Let me know where you're joining from. I'm just super excited to be doing this activity right now and to be live with you. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get my drink and we're going to get started. All right, I got me my drink. So right before the live, I had some technical difficulties, and so I didn't get my drink. So it's right here. And I have a candle lit that smells like Christmas, smells like apple cider. And just every time that you want to gain some clarity, it's really good to just create a space that's, comfortable, that's welcoming, that you feel comfortable in. Play some music, do whatever you need to do. Get cozy. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm going to wave at some of you. So get cozy because we're going to be doing a little work here. So yeah, so let's do this. So first of all, let me know if you have done this before. So make sure you comment and let me know if you have, had a word before, you have picked a word, and how you went about picking that word. I know for me, when I first started doing this kind of stuff, I just picked a word. Like I was just like, okay, I definitely want to grow, or whatever I said at the time. I definitely want to grow this year, so I'm just going to pick that word. But sometimes that's not really what's inside deep in your heart. Hi, Elisa. Oh my gosh, yes. So Elisa's in Palm Springs, and I really want to go there because that's all the feels and all the mood is there, like for this kind of stuff. I would love to do a retreat there. But yeah, so let me know if you have a word, if you've had a word in the past, and we're gonna get started right now. So I wish I could see your faces. I hope you're comfy now. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to do a little meditation, just like a short little, like let's, get grounded, let's get focused. And so I want you to close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to forget about everything that's happening, all the circumstances, all the challenges, all the doubts and the questions and their uncertainty, everything. Forget about 2020. And I want you to picture yourself and living your best life. Just a moment in your life that's your best life. So picture yourself in that. Picture yourself. What are you doing? What are you wearing? Who are you with? Why are you there? Like when I picture myself like in a yacht in Italy. And I'm there because I have freedom to do so, because I'm an entrepreneur and I just was able to take that trip. So picture that. Imagine where you're at. Is it a beach? Is it a building? Is it your house? So close your eyes and picture that. What does the place look like? What does it smell like? What are you wearing? What does the best version of yourself look like? What does the best version of yourself feel like? It's mine. So picture that. What does it look like? What does it feel like to be living your best life? Think of the words like, do you feel free? Do you feel happy? Do you feel content? Do you feel fulfilled? This, what do you look like? What are you wearing? What does your hair look like? Like for me, it's like my hair's curly. My hair is my natural hair and it looks great. What are you wearing? Are you wearing a bikini? Are you wearing like a badass suit? A power suit? Like what's the attitude that you're coming with? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel happy? Do you feel fulfilled? So make sure you keep your eyes closed and focus on these things. Who are you with? Who's in your life? Who's around you? What type of friendships do you have? What type of business partners, or is your family there? What are you eating? What are you drinking? So I'm going to let you imagine this for a couple of minutes. What are you doing? What dreams have you accomplished? What does your business look like? What's your bank account like? What does that best version of your life, best version of yourself look like? Close your eyes and think of all the details, the colors, the smells, the clothes you're wearing. How does it feel? Is it soft? Are you sitting on a soft pillow? Are you on the beach on sand and you feel the grains of the sand against your skin? Where are you at? Remember to take deep breaths as you think about these things. There are no limitations to getting that dream life. What does that look like for you? All right, so I'm gonna have you start to come back here. Start to come back with me. Raise your hand, do a wave if you're back. No rush. So hopefully you got a clear vision, a clear picture. It really helps when we have more time, but hopefully you got a clear picture of what your best life, the best, you looks like and feels like and is like and what she's doing. And I want you to keep that in mind as we do this, and I want you to start using that exercise whenever you want to plan something. The best that we can do is to look at the big picture, and to look at the big picture, making sure that it's aligned, that it's what we really want, and it's not what we've been told we're supposed to do or what we think we're expected to do. Make sure that it's what you really, really want. So this is a great way to do that, because when you are dreaming and when your eyes are closed, there are no challenges, there are no limitations. You can really see what you want before all the filters and before all the programs and before all that. So now that we've done that, and I encourage you to continue to do this exercise, we are going to think about one word, 1 to 3 words. It's okay if you have more than one, but 1 to 3 words of how you want to feel in 2021. Know what you want, nothing like that, just what you want to feel. So make sure you use feel words. How do you want to feel in 2021? If we were in December 2021, how do you want to feel? And comment it, share it with us. Like, I want to feel abundant. I want to feel loved. And I want to feel impactful. If you hear my dog walking around, he has little bells on his collar, so he's just like walking around. He just left. But yeah, share your word. Share with me how you want to feel in 2021. And thank you for joining, everyone. I'm casting on 4 different. But I am looking at your comments and I am paying attention, and I'm just really happy that you're here and that we can do this together. And just know that I'm not giving you anything. I'm not giving you your words. You're coming up with these words and with the word for the year. And it might not come to you today, right now, but all this clarity exercises is opening the door and creating the space for the word to come to you. So it may come to you right now, but it may come to you later today. Or you might start seeing a word everywhere, and now you're aware that that's coming to you. So you're going to pick up on it, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's my word. I believe last year was like that for me, where I kept seeing this word everywhere. And I was like, okay, because I knew that I was open to receive the word, I was like, okay, I got the word. Okay, so make sure you share. I do not speak Persian. I wish I did. I actually have Middle Eastern in me, but I don't speak Persian or any of those languages. I only speak Spanish and English. Okay, so if you have those feel words, make sure you write them down on your journal. So write down how you want to feel, 1 to 3 words of how you want to feel in 2021. Okay? Let me know when I'm going to give you a minute to do that. Okay, so if you have your words of how you want to feel, I want you now to think about and meditate on how will you get there. what would help you if you wrote, I want to feel happy? What are some of the things that would make you happy? If you wrote down, I want to feel abundant, what are some of the things that would help you feel abundant? And please, while you're writing that and meditating on that, I want to explain something. The reason why I always ask people first when it comes to gaining clarity how you want to feel is because sometimes when we start the other way around and we say, oh, I want this and this and that, we pick those things because we think that we want that and we think that that's going to help us. But ultimately, it doesn't serve the true core desire and purpose of how we want to feel. So it's important to really understand how you want to feel, and then you reverse engineer that and say, well, what things would help me feel that way? So that's why I do it in that order. And every time you want to make or gain clarity, it's good for you to ask yourself, how do I want to feel? It could be for anything. It could be for a friendship. It could be for a business. It could be for your vision board. How do I want to feel? And then what type of friendship or what type of exercise, what type of business, what type of income would help me get there, okay? So write down what are some of the things that would help you get to that feeling, to those feelings. And make sure you comment if you want to share anything of what you're thinking, what you're writing. Make sure you comment, make sure you share. See, I have way too many phones. Okay. All right, so I hope that's done, because now we're going to move on to a journaling exercise. And this is something I do on my vision board party brunch. And I also do it at any other time that we want to gain clarity. So strategic sessions, I do it with some clients that have helped with their brand, because I'm all about being holistic and really figuring out what's your voice, what's your messaging, who's your ideal person. You need to have all the clarity. So I use this a lot to gain clarity. So if you didn't know, I have my own deck of journal cards, journal prompt cards that I created. I literally took hours and hours to come up with questions because I wanted them to be super intuitive questions that really helped you open up and helped you gain some clarity. And every time I use these cards for anything, people love them and people open up. Some people end up crying or laughing or sharing deep things, deep thoughts that they hadn't thought about. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a couple of these cards together, and I want you to journal on the card that I pick. Okay, so I'm just gonna shuffle them, and I picked from the whole deck. I pre-selected ones that are related to, you know, career, dreams, like journey, like that kind of stuff that are gonna relate to our conversation right now in our exercise. So I'm mixing them, and we'll hope that one or two pop up that okay, I think I'm gonna grab this one because I didn't want to go back in. Okay, so you're going to grab your journal and your pen, and you're going to answer this question as honestly and genuinely as you can. Okay, this is perfect for this exercise. So this one says, what matters to me the most and why? So what matters to you the most and why? So think about that and write about it. What matters to you the most? Really good question to find your word. And I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to answer that. And you can always go back and continue to journal on these things. And journaling is a great way to look within, to gain clarity, to be able to reflect back on your thoughts and your feelings and what's really inside of you. That sometimes it's even subconscious and you don't notice it until you start writing it down. So again, the question is, what matters to me most and why? Make sure you write it on your journal for those that just joined us. Start getting ready to pick another card. We're going to pick one more. Ooh, two more. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the next question for you to journal about is, ooh, this is good. How can I use my gifts to serve others? How can I use my gifts to serve others? This is good. So the first question was, what matters to me the most and why? The second question is, how can I use my gifts to serve others? I'll give you a little time for that. And the third question is, what excuses am I making for myself? These questions are good. I just picked them randomly right now, but they're perfect for what we're doing. So what excuses are you making for yourself right now? What excuses are you making to not follow your dreams, to not start that business, to not whatever it may be that you want to do or not do? What excuses are you making for yourself right now? Make sure you write it on the journal. So for those that just joined, the 3 journal questions are, what matters to you the most and why? How can you use your gifts to serve others? And what excuses are you making for yourself? Hi to those that just joined us. So we're doing a journaling exercise right now to gain clarity on the 2020 word for you. And I'm going to repeat the questions one more time, and you can always continue to journal later on these. But the questions are, what matters to you the most and why? And when you write it like you're talking to yourself. So say, what matters to me the most and why? How can I use my gifts to serve others? And what excuses am I making for myself? These are perfect. These are on point, and I always find that when I pick random cards like that from this deck, they literally, I always get exactly what I need to think about and write about. All right, and let me know later if you didn't catch the questions or anything. I can post these later, but I will show them to you here. I don't know, it's not good because you can't see. Okay, I'll post these later. But let's move on. Like I said, you can continue to journal and get deep later. So now that we did the journaling exercise and we did a little meditation and we figured out what you wanted, with all this information that you have right now, what I want you to do is I want you to open yourself up to the word for you that's going to serve the discoveries you just had. So it's going to be a word that's going to help you get to that vision that you had in the beginning in the meditation of your best self, your best life, what that felt like, what that looked like. It's going to be a word that's going to facilitate for you to get to the root of these questions. And it's going to be a word that's going to set the mood for 2021. So now I want you to close your eyes. We have 5 more minutes, so I want you to close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes. And I want to ask you, are there any words that are coming at you? And this is all we're doing right now. I want you to just close your eyes, tune everything out, and let the word come to you. And if it doesn't come to you right now, it may come to you later. Today, you may start seeing the word everywhere. You may even get confirmations. You may see it now and get confirmations later. But what's that word that's popping, that's coming for you, that keeps coming up for you? Keep your eyes closed. Breathe. What's happening in 2021 for you in your favor to help you get to this vision and life that you desire? Meditation music. How are you feeling in 2021? What does the best case scenario feel like for you? How are you feeling? What do you see? Who's with you? What word is going to get you to that life, to the best version of yourself? Keep your eyes closed. Open yourself up to that word. Open yourself up to your destiny. Open yourself up to your dreams. Open yourself up to the things that are for you. Because remember, what's for you will not leave you. It's just for you. It's just there for you. Do you trust that what's yours is yours? Do you trust that 2021 is bringing you what's yours? It's aligning itself for you. It's in your favor. Do you trust that if you really follow your true dreams and you align yourself with your destiny and your purpose, do you trust that things will just work out? That the right doors will open, the right opportunities will come, the right people will walk into your life, and the people that don't belong there will just walk away from it? Do you trust that ultimately you don't need to try too hard? You just need to have faith that the word that comes to you is the word for you? Do you have the certainty that once you align yourself with your true purpose, you follow your dreams, not somebody else's, not expectations, not programming, your own true dreams, things will just fall into place? I want you to just take a couple more minutes before we end to allow the word for 2021 to come to you. It may come in the form of a picture. It may just be a word that pops up in your brain. And like I said, it may be something that pops up later. You start seeing the word, you go on a website and you just see the word pop at you. You go and you see it on the billboard, you see it on your phone, somebody keeps saying that word. It'll come to you. There are no coincidences. You're not here just by coincidence. Everything, even being here right now, is meant to be. You being in my life, me being in your life, everything is just not a coincidence. And we are all destined for greatness. We're all destined to become our best self. You have everything at your disposal. You have everything at your disposal to be just you, to be exactly who you're meant to be. If you feel like you lack any tools or you lack any resources, maybe that's just a sign that that's not yours, because you have what you need to be yourself. All right, you can start opening your eyes if you were still with your eyes closed. And I want to thank you for showing up for yourself. I want to thank you for making some time for introspection, to look within, to reflect. And like I said, let me know if you got the word. But if you didn't, just know that it will come to you, because now you're open. You create a room. And anytime that you want an answer, anytime that you need direction, you just have to open yourself up for that. You have to create a room for that. That's why prayer, meditation, and these things work, because when you're making the action of getting on your knees or meditating, you're saying, I am open. I want to receive answers. I am open to reflecting. I am open to receiving. You're opening yourself up for these things to happen. When we are busy and we don't stop and we're just working and busy and thinking that we just have to hustle and all these things, we're not making room for that. There's too much noise inside of us. There's too much noise around us. But when we take the time, even like right now, to just be quiet. Right now, I'm not looking at emails. I'm not working. I'm just sitting here with you. And we're quiet and we're putting thought and energy into this exercise. It's not that the exercise is magic. It's not that somebody else or another resource or I am magic. Is that you're making the time for yourself, and you're saying the signals and the energy you're sending out there and the frequencies is that I'm open to receive. I want to know my word for this year. I want to know the direction that I need to take this year. I want to follow my true path. I'm making time to, instead of watching somebody else live their life, I'm making time and investing in myself to figure out who I'm meant to be. The reason why Jesus and Buddha and all those, historical famous figures made the impact they made is because, not because they were somebody else, but because they got to be who they were meant to be. They got to do what they were meant to do. They said what they wanted to say, even if it wasn't popular, even if it went against the times and against everyone. They spoke their truth. And the best way that we can honor that is by us speaking our truth, being ourselves, aligning ourselves with our purpose. Align yourself with your purpose. Be willing to invest in yourself, consume less and create more, and create from a place of alignment, create from a place of, I'm going to create what's true to me. And how do we know that? By doing these exercises, by looking within, by taking the time to reflect and meditate and pray and be open. So thank you so much for showing up for yourself. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, let me know, because it's truly helpful to me to get feedback and to hear from you, and to see that if you want me to do more of these. And also, I am having a vision board brunch in January, and I don't do it at the end of the year. I always do it at the beginning of the year, and that in itself is on purpose too. Every year I do it at the beginning of the year. So check it out if you'd like, and make sure that whenever you need clarity, whenever you need to make a decision, that you do something like this, that you journal, that you meditate, that you write things down, that you take the time to know why you want. Sometimes what you think you want is not really what you want. So think about how you want to feel instead. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for joining. I'm really happy to have you here. I really enjoy this. And I cannot wait to hear what your word is. So as soon as you get your word, let me know. Send me a message. Send me a DM at Jessie Medina Official, because I want to hear from you, and I want to hear about your word. And the more that you share these things, and don't share it with everyone. Sometimes it's good to keep things to, to a close group. But like when you share these things with the right people, you're manifesting, and you're also almost getting a witness. When you say these things, you're getting accountability, because now you told somebody else. Like whatever dreams I have, I don't tell everyone, but I tell a couple other people, because you want to feel accountable. The moment you say it to someone, now you're more accountable for it. So we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And remember that you have everything at your disposal to be exactly who you're meant to be. All right? Besos. Okay, I gotta end all these lives now. Oh, this is still live. Wow.